Hello, YouTube, future YouTube folks. First stream on Twitch. I couldn't start recording to YouTube yet, or streaming to YouTube yet, but I'm working on a crochet project. This little kind of scarf afghan. Starting to get into lighter purples now. It's been kind of dark purple for a while. Probably make something a bit bigger. Um, but it's just this Caron uh, color harmon halo. It's the pattern on the back of this. Um, let's see how far away I have to get for kind of get the vibe. Yeah, it's just yeah, the pattern on this label, and it's just a 7/8 row repeat once you get started. So, making a pot pie right now. Good. It's turkey pot pie. Um, what I plan to do is after I stream for a bit, I might run to the store, briefly might do a BRB, do some AFK and sit and chat. Um, and then I will pick up, I'm making some pasta dish for Father's Day. My mom kind of asked me last second to make it, so I only had one box at home because I typically only need one box at a time, but because my brothers will be here, um, we'll want a couple more boxes for that. So yeah, I'm just kind of chatting, crocheting along. Let me know if the music's too loud. I doesn't look like it balances out to be too loud, but you never know. Uh, yeah, so I'm just kind of crocheting along to this pattern. I've been watching YouTube. Did the design for my logo and got that up on Twitch and updated YouTube. I originally did a Canva kind of logo with a bunch of like decals from there. And I still did a Canva logo to a degree, but I wanted there to be more crochet in my logo, so I sketched up a ball of yarn and added my name as like the tag on the ball. And so I thought it was cute. Maybe it's not perfect, but well, I'm not a traditional artist. I'm a crafter, so it got the premise across. I got what I wanted. Got to be in colors I like. So I was can't complain too much about that. I'm doing the right thing, right? Yeah. Had to do a sanity check on the what I was doing. Should I edit this to be a just chatting stream? Just chatting. What's another option? Could I do crafters? Uh, let's skip this song. No, probably just chatting would be what I want to be. There's a just catting too. That should help. But, where was I? Oh, I accidentally turned the project. That's why I was confused. Yeah, so just crocheting away on this project. Enjoying that. Still kind of in the mode of crocheting things that I want. Because I'm always a cold person. I know it doesn't look it by my bare arms, but I also have a blanket on me at the same time. So that is still the truth that I'm always cold because blankets equal always cold. No, I got like these two fuzzy king blankets for myself because I like these fuzzy blankets, but I want big blankets. I want beefy blankets. I did realize after this trip I don't have my ball winder on me. It typically sits right there, but I took it on this trip with me, which fine, but then I packed it in the bag that was, or in the tub that wasn't in our car. So kind of SOL till tomorrow. Um, was four? Yeah. I'll have to turn the pot pie in a bit, 5 minutes. Not bad. I'll be right back then. Probably not doing the best for SEO, but it's first stream for a while, just talking to myself. So I'll clip this up a bit, throw it on YouTube, because I think this kind of setup's gonna be easier for me than recording on my phone. Um, but do I have a name for this? I don't. I was stupid. I didn't use my actual username, but it'll be what it'll be. There we go. That should be better. Uh, but yeah, that's just me here crocheting. Probably should plug my phone in somewhere so it doesn't die, but hey, at least it's not dying as fast as it did on the island. It like, because there's no service up there, it just sits and does nothing but die. I did do a lot of audiobooks and true crime podcasts while I was up there. For true crime podcasts, I typically listen to like Kendall Ray or Eleanor Neal. And then my mom and I on the way up started uh, a Court of Crowns and Thorns and Roses, whatever that book's called. I had heard it was popular, and I saw that it was available to just borrow immediately because I wanted something to listen to for the ride, and I didn't prep ahead of time too quickly to get some holds on books ahead of time in plans for this trip. So I spent the night before trying to find books to borrow that I could borrow immediately and download ahead of time to listen to on car rides and just chilling by myself crocheting. Um, but yeah, we did a quarter crown thorn corn Thorns and Roses. Finished that first book. And so my mom and I'm gonna, she has to find her library card, but I'm hoping to get her set up so that she can listen to books as well, because I think she kind of enjoyed it. Um, but because they're like 4 to 5 books. When I looked at what it was listing, I think there's 4 books, but like for some reason, one of the fourth book in some instances was listed as a fifth book in the series. It was weird. But we probably won't keep listening together, but I plan to, like, I think we both plan to finish the series and talk because she enjoyed it. We have our theories. So my theory, and don't spoil it for me, because like I said, I just finished the first book. But my theory is they did a lot of imagery with like eyes and with like they made a big deal about this deserter sister from the one court who fell in love with human and the human killed her, blah blah blah. My theory is he might have still done that, but I think she had a child and she might have actually died in childbirth instead of the mutilation that the one sister claimed. And because High Fae, oh, hold on, I'll continue the story in a moment. All right, I'm back. I had to turn the pot pie in the oven. But where was I? So, theory is she died during childbirth, unlike what the actual sister had said. And so, with that, I think what the one guy realized, or because like high fae having children is so rare, they didn't realize when they mate with humans that the children's lose like the high fae characteristics and just look human. That's what I think. So, like the tasting of magic, she could only do that because she was part fae. And either her mother or her grandmother was a descendant, like, was the daughter of the warrior's sister that fell in love with a human. And but because they looked mortal and only had like slight characteristics of fae, no one actually noticed. And like the barrier got put up. But I think when she actually got turned into a high fae and got a fae form, the High Lord of the Night Court recognized her and realized he had looked like, she had looked like the deserter sister that had supposedly died. That's my theory. Um, it might not be right, whatever, but because we don't get, like, there were multiple times where it seemed like a glamour had been put in place, and I'm not sure. Because we only get the one view and perspective from Feyre, who, wasn't alive with, like hadn't really talked to anyone about what it's like to be around a Fae. I wonder if, you know, like tasting magic or, being more resistant to a glamour is like she has to have Fae blood in her for that to be possible. Additionally, I also wonder, like, because the sister also was resistant to the glamour. So those are my theories just off of reading the first book. I don't think they're terrible theories, but those are my thoughts. Could be wrong, but I could be right. And that would be pretty fun. Another theory is my mom and I think the mercenary is gonna come back, and either she is a fae and she had glamored herself against, the mortals, and she's just wandering around the human side of the barrier, either killing other fae or just being edgy. Or she made a deal with a fairy, and that's where the markings came from, where it's not poison, it's the physical markings of a deal with a fairy. That's my thoughts. Again, still might be wrong, but you don't just like throw in a character like that and, not do anything. She also could have just been like a liar because she might have never faced a Fae and just whatever, but I think she did. But I am curious as to why she lied to Feyre about the pelt being fairy. If it was just because High Lord had turned the wolf into a Fae, or turned Adder into the wolf, that it even went over her view and knowledge of Fae, or if she like deliberately lied to Feyre just to like get a better bargain. Be like, yeah, this isn't a Fae pellet. I'll still give you a little bit more to be fair to you. When it was like, no, she should have given a lot more because it was a Fae pellet. And Feyre still got gypped out of the deal, kind of thing. Or if it was just, it looked like a larger wolf because it was a Fae turned into a wolf to be killed. Then on the way back, listen to The Magician's Nephew, because that was the other book that I could borrow. Good classic Magician's Nephew. Having like rereading it, re-listening to it, because it's been several years since I've actually read it. Um, it and like I know it was also written last, but it's like chronologically the first in the series. You can kind of tell it was written knowing later elements would become important, you know. But I am curious to re-listen to like The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe to see if Aslan actually ever calls the White Witch Jadis again. Because I don't remember that. If he ever referred to as Jadis in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Because that's the only other book she's in that I recall. Because I am curious, like, because time acts differently, right? And this is probably folks already know this. Folks have already dissected this, especially with the Narnia books. But like for me, is it did the like I know the wardrobe is and Diggory is, you know, the guy that took in the Pritchett's and how they got back to Narnia. But did like the tree fall in the mortal realm because like if time past wise it had actually fallen in Narnia? And then on top of that is the question for me is what in Narnia caused the tree to fall? You know, because like did they just forget to take care of the tree? Had they like strayed too far kind of thing? Or because Aslan said, you know, would protect it for the next 100 few years, did it had just live its life and the tree had passed, you know, because they were told to guard it though and nurture it and protect it. But again, these things might have like been explained in the later books and I just don't remember, or they weren't, because there that is kind of the cool thing about Narnia is like there is still a level of mystery, you know, like no one else really goes to the in between. And you know, that's so like that's and like the so like if I recall from the line The Witch in the Wardrobe, and this is gonna be foggier because I haven't just like read slash listened to it. But if I recall correctly, the reason Aslan was resurrected and could then kill Jadis was because she had taken an innocent life on the stone. And I know it's supposed to be like a biblical kind of reenactment of, you know, because J.R.R. Tolkien, no, C.S. Lewis was a Christian man, which fine. You know, I don't think it's an indoctrination book. I think it's just kind of a good versus evil book with like inspirations from the Bible. That's how I see it, at least. You know, others might see differently. But yeah, I can't remember. And I know I'm just like talking to myself because I think I'm the one viewer here, but maybe I'm also still the one viewer. Yeah, I think that's me joining the joining and leaving the chat. But I haven't plugged in my phone. Nope. There we go. Now it's plugged in and on the stand. What was I doing? I think I done goofed. Yeah, I think I done goofed. Maybe I didn't, but I'm gonna act like I did. I just made the stitch really small. So now I just keep crocheting. But yeah, a lot of Kendall Ray videos for my trip. And then the audiobooks I did a lot of listening to. So that's what I did for the last week. I did finish a shirt that I was working on as well that I enjoyed doing. I washed it and have it all kind of set and pressed now, so that is what I'm doing with that. You know, I'll probably wear it tomorrow. Want my family see it all done because I think they'd be excited because they're the ones that wanted to watch or that saw me work on it the whole time. I don't know if my niece is joining us or if she's with like her other grandma and grandpa. I don't know what that plan is because it's Father's Day this weekend. So I should also add pockets to my pair of pants. But yeah, I have to laugh. We could do laundry up on the island of the cabins, and like it was the first or second year up there, I washed a white shirt. I probably shouldn't have, like, only washed nice new white things in a washing machine, kind of thing. But anyway, I washed it and it got stained red because it's super iron heavy up there. And so ever since then, I'm like, anything like kind of nice or like that I like that's not just like fire clothes, I don't wash up there. Like sheets, I'm fine with as long as they're like not white sheets, but I don't typically bring white sheets up there. Towels, all those kind of like stuff that you don't really care if they get stained because they're just a tool. Whereas like outfits, you don't want to stain. But I have to less because my mom was like, no, 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 it's fine. It's not going to do that. And so she washed her clothes, and some of her clothes got stained, and I was like, yeah, it doesn't do anything. I see how it is. I see that it does actually do something. But I'm not gonna hold it against her. Because I also think she's always washed stuff. So there's two cabins up there and we rent both. But one cabin has a nice new washer and dryer, and the other one has, apparently I can't count to 5 in my head while I'm talking, but the other one has older ones. They're not bad, they're not broken, they're just older. But I think there's a lot more rust buildup in those. Whereas like the new ones either filter it better. And when I say rust, I'm not saying like the interior is rusting, but more so like the actual rust in the water is like coating the sides because it's very iron heavy, very rusty water. But I think that's what's coating more in those pipes. And so I think that's what is causing the staining, especially in that washer and not the new washer dryers. Hello, it looks like 2 new folks joined us. Welcome. I'm just here chatting, crocheting, making a little scarf. We got some music playing, just vibing out. Talking about my trip that I was on for the last week that I got my nice red complexion from. Uh, and so that's what we're going on here. You're welcome to chat in the channel. Love to get to know you. I'm This is my first time streaming on this channel. If you're lucky, you might be able to find my old channel. I don't think anything's up there. But I did gaming for a bit while I was in college, but now it's just me crocheting in my apartment. Hoping my cat might take a visit, but I'm gonna go step away for like a minute or two in a second. 8 minutes. Um, because I have a pot pie in the oven, so I'll pull that out. I'll eat on stream. I'm not gonna be weird about that. But that's what's going on here. Yeah, I'm doing this. I'm working with this Caron Halo yarn and just doing the pattern that's on the back of the little cards. I got too much glare for my lights, but I also can't work in dark because I'm doing crochet. So I need the light to be able to actually see what I'm doing. So I'm just always slightly washed out and I've got a white wall in front of me, so that doesn't necessarily help. But let me know if like you want me to change up music. I just grabbed a random Twitch playlist off of Spotify. So, but yeah, I was talking about how, my mom learned the hard way after I had already learned the hard way that the washer and dryer at the cabins stain clothes red because it's super iron heavy. But while I was up there, I was listening to some true crime podcast, audiobooks, listened to A Court of Crowns and Thorns, something along those lines. I've said it like 5 different ways each time I say it out loud. I don't, but it's the kind of book series that got really popular on TikTok. So we listened to the first book for audiobooks. We started on the way up, and then my mom and I spent an entire day up there just listening to it. We finished one while we were kind of traveling around in the car, and then we spent the rest of the day just sitting in front of my phone while it was like plugged in so it didn't die, because your phones die so much faster when it's just like looking for service for some reason. But it is what it is. But yeah, we sat next to my phone plugged in outside clearly. Um, just listening to the rest of the book. I gave some of my theories earlier, where I think she might be descendant of High Fae, secretly, um, but because High Fae don't have kids that often, no one noticed until she was actually given a High Fae form. And I think when High Fae have kids with humans, it hides the features. So they just looked and smelled mortal, but they were slightly more perceptive to like magic. So like they always describe she could taste magic. I think that's because she was related to Fae, and like her sister was really resistant to glamour. That's my theories, and my mom's theories. But I thought there was gonna be like one more book in this series, and then like I was looking like, okay, what other books do we have to read? So we rent them in right order. There's like 4 books in this series. I I thought we were gonna be close to like done. Like we really wrapped up the conflicts, the first half of conflicts in the first book. Like the second book, are we just not gonna make it to the island, or is it just gonna be like discovering who she and her family is, and then we like, or is it gonna be like the Crave? I think that's the series called, but like the Crave series, where it's like in that series, there's like everything was wrapped up in book like 4 or 5, but then there was like a fifth or sixth book that at the very last, no, there was, everything was wrapped up in like book 3, and then in book, like at the very end of book 3, they were like, oh yeah, everything's fine, yeah, it sucks our friend's really sick. And then there was suddenly book 4, which was like a jump in the past and something completely new, and like they hadn't mentioned this at all this whole time. It's like, well, this was out of nowhere. Okay, a high new conflict. Like I would have preferred if they had better introduced the conflict sooner. You know, but like there's also like the witch hunters that were still left like out there. So I don't know if that's gonna be something that goes on. I don't know. But that's my take on books. 4, 5. But yeah, I'm getting into the lighter purple now as I crochet along. Oh, now it's just me again. I might as well follow myself. Maybe I'll get some momentum. I don't know. I don't know if I want. I might wait till after I get back with food. I don't have any like milk, so it's just water. Oh, I like this song as I work. But yeah, I've got the repeat down, so I don't have to reference the pattern anymore. There was like the sanity check that I have to do. Looking back to the pattern kind of thing. Did I do this right? Yeah. Of like, oh, I did a lot of the work yesterday and now I'm coming back to it today. What was the repeat? Let me just glance, but it's pretty consistent the whole time. like that. I actually like, that was my favorite thing when like TikTok started, is I would just like Shazam audios. Oh, time to go get my pot pie. I will be right back. Oh, this is my other BRB. Let's do. All right, I'm back. I got my pot pie. It looks kind of like a mess, but what's this song? Oh, my burns are definitely hurting. After the long drive back yesterday, I was super ready to be like home and unsettled, but like I had left a bunch of chores for myself. Like, I'll be back and refreshed. I've gone on this trip for 5 years now. I should have known. Like, I was gonna be exhausted from the drive back. I also had to like rush back, um, because we didn't make the ferry that we wanted, so we wanted to make the 12 o'clock ferry, but we missed it, and so we had to take the 1 o'clock ferry, and then I had to drive home. But I didn't. I really missed my cat. His cat tree's here. He's sleeping in the living room, but I really miss my cat. And so I called the like where I had him boarding ahead of time, and I was like, "Hey, I'm like an hour away. I'll be getting like there right when you close. Can I still get my cat?" And they're like, "Yeah, we'll be here for like 30 minutes after closing, so you're fine." I was like, "Awesome," because I miss my baby. We're debating bringing him up next year, so we'll see. Hopefully, because this year it was going to be our first year with an animal, and so we didn't want to bring, you know, we didn't want to bring a new, like, two new animals up, especially because it's our first time, like, with animals being there. And so I was like, I guess no, probably shouldn't. Alright, my oldest follower will be myself, because I have two Twitch. I think I'm gonna keep my viewing Twitch and like my work Twitch separate. But because I'm not a mukbang channel, I'll at least reduce my audio. Let's. Where's this gonna pop up? Okay. Let's just. Do this. I think I'm gonna pause. Go to my right monitor. Let's pause Spotify. And then unmute and
saying that it was my wedding and that if I wanted a specific dress for them to wear, that I should pay for it, and that I didn't pay for the bridesmaid's dress when I was in her wedding. Well, my bridesmaid told her that I was being pretty reasonable with my request and that she can get any dress that she wanted in her budget. My maid of honor disagreed, and the bridesmaid shrugged her off, but told me all about it later.
Ads. We love ads.
A month later, my maid of honor called me and asked for me to buy her dress for her. I told her it wouldn't be fair if I bought her dress and no one else's, and I couldn't afford to buy everyone's dress. She said she is the maid of honor and that everyone would understand that it was a privilege that she got. Well, I disagreed, and our argument got a little bit heated. It ended with me saying that if she could not get the dress, she could not be in the wedding, and I was not budging on this. And after I said that, she hung up the phone on me. Her mom has since called me saying that I'm being very rude for not doing this one thing for her, also that she can be there on my big day, and that I don't know what it's like to not have money for things. I told her that I have struggled before too and understand, but also said I'm not paying for the dress because it won't be fair to all the other bridesmaids. Since then, I've made one of my other bridesmaids that has helped with all the planning my new maid of honor, and I've told my ex-maid of honor that she is still invited, and I did send her an invitation, but some family is telling me that I should have just paid for the dress. I know my ex-maid of honor is very tight on money, but she's known that she was going to be in my wedding for nearly 2 years at this point, so I thought that maybe she would set money aside for it. So am I the jerk for not paying for her dress? What should I do? No, I don't think you're the jerk at all. For starters, it seems like she got something like super expensive. She is literally spending $200 more than she needs to, when it sounds like the other bridesmaids have found like a reasonable cost. If she really can't afford that dress, then maybe get something cheaper. And for her to be like, no, you need to do that for me, I deserve it. Like, that level of entitlement is so annoying, and it's just so uncalled for. Because the original poster has so much on their plate as it is, that the last thing they need is to pay for another thing for this wedding. So no, you are definitely not the jerk, and honestly, the way your former maid of honor was acting, in my opinion, is completely unacceptable. An entitled mom allows her spoiled rotten children to hit me in the head with a beach ball over and over again while I was at the pool. So I decided to get some much needed revenge by secretly deflating the beach ball just to prevent these stupid kids from bothering me any further. Here's what happened. So yesterday was a rough day for me at the gym. Now, deadlifts are a wonderful exercise, make no mistake, but the last thing you want to do after completing a set of deadlifts is smile, or even just move in general. So rather than my usual plan of swim a few laps in the pool, I opted for floating around a little in the leisure pool at my gym. I moved from one spot to another, trying to steer clear of children doing what children do in the pool. Things like screaming, throwing toys around, swimming around without looking where they're going, and effectively turning leisure swim time into a sneaking mission. I was rather successful at this, right up until a boy who appeared to be around 7 or 8 years old, decided to spike a beach ball into the back of my head. Now, it wasn't a huge one or very heavy, and there was little damage on my end. I figure it might have been a mistake, so I reclaim the beach ball and I give it to the boy who had thrown it at me. Well, less than a minute later, and I get hit in the head again, and so I reclaim the ball and I ask the kid nicely to stop throwing stuff at me. He then nods and smiles, and then I go back to what I was doing. Well, I can give you 3 guesses as to what happened next, and if you need more than one to assume the boy spiked the ball into the back of my head for the 3rd time, see me after class and we can figure this out. So after strike 3, I grab the ball and I ask the kid where his mom was. Well, mom, as it turns out, was reading a book on a lounge chair by the poolside. And as a side note, this place has an excessive number of lifeguards, meaning that it's definitely not as negligent as it would be at like a hotel pool or something like that. So I drag the child and the volleyball up to the mom, and I explain that the kids hit me with the beach ball 3 times and it's really not cool. This entitled mom then decided to do the head toss thing, which is something you do when they're rolling their eyes behind huge sunglasses, and said something to the effect of, "It's just a beach ball, boys will be boys." I then toss the ball onto the mom's legs and I get back into the pool, keeping an eye out for that stupid kid. A few minutes later, I heard a muffled giggle behind me, and then I felt the soothing sensation of a beach ball to the back of my head for the 4th time. I reclaimed the ball yet again and intended on making eye contact with the kid and popping their ball right in front of them. But then the bad idea fairy hit me in the head with her magic wand, and I had an evil grin, not unlike the grin this kid gave me after strike number 1. So I tell the kid, "Come here, I want to show you something." And then I submerge the ball underwater and pinch the air nozzle, which makes the air bubbles shoot out. And this happens to look exactly like someone was farting underwater. Now, he's not strong enough to submerge the air-filled ball, so I tell him to get on top of it and use his body weight to sink the ball. He managed to do that, and his face lit up like it was Christmas morning, and that he had gotten everything that he had asked for. He promptly swam off and found other people to annoy. I didn't get a ball thrown at me again, and the kid's mom was pissed that she had to blow up the beach ball again. She was asking her son how it went flat so fast when it was a brand new beach ball, all in between big gasps of breath trying to fill the beach ball up. The kid just points at me on my way to the locker room, and I just wave and say, "Oh, it's okay, boys will be boys." And I've honestly never felt better about getting back at somebody in my life. Yeah, the original poster is a much better person than me, because I definitely would have popped that ball right in front of the mom. I would have been like, "Hey, this is strike number 3 and this is not going to happen again." And the second she would say, "Oh, boys will be boys," that's when I would turn around and be like, "Oh, really?" And then like rip the ball in half. Like, seriously, I'm trying to relax in the pool and I don't need people bothering me like that.
I'm gonna
Especially
pause
some
my eating
stupid kid that's not.
and pause this video because we got a special guest who just decided to join us. Oh, can we see him? Nope, I need... Is this cropped? Oh, oh, there he goes. Now you can see him just fine. Hey, Bug. This is Bootsy. He's my little baby, and he wants my dinner, which he's not gonna get. But he'll try to scrounge for something. Hey! Hey! This is the boy who's glad to be home, though. You gonna chill here? No, you're gonna lay down. Yeah. Yeah. He definitely like missed me while I was gone. I don't think I'm gonna board him next year. I think we're gonna try to take him up, and he's just gonna stay inside. But we did want to like let ourselves try with one animal first before 2 animals, and the dog was gonna be harder to board than the cat. So the dog got boarded. The cat did, or the dog didn't get boarded. The cat did, and he's just licking my hands. Yeah. Ah, rude. Rude. He didn't like Paps, but I like to give it a Paps. Touch the toes. I touch the toes. I touch the toes. I boop the nose. Oh, you. You came into my territory, mister. I am the ruler here. Alright, I gotta take care of this so I'm not sitting here holding this. I will leave you with this BRB cam so you can see him in his bootsy glory. You might just follow me out though. I'll play the music again though. Sorry. Aw, thank you, Bootsy, for holding down the fort for me. Can I get my spot back though? It's the standoff with the cat. Oh. Alright, let's. Can I scooch in here, but. Oh, thanks for the licks. This accomplished what it needed to. Oh. It was just me and the cat. No one enjoyed our cat shenanigans. I don't know the song. Let's see if I can get him to come on the lap though. Come here, Buck. Woody, come get the sharkers. Hold on. Yeah, it's under the blanket. Oh, you got me. You got me. Oh, he's preparing for attack. Oh. No, you're trapped now. You see, you fell into my trap. This was my master plan all along. Mwah! Alright. I guess you can go sit under there all you want. Alright, let's close that. Shrink that. Let's get back to crocheting though. Okay, where was I? I was doing my cluster. Ah, get out of there! No, no, the trash is not for you. He's trying to get into the trash can that's under the desk. No! No, maybe you can go in the cat bed. No? Not gonna go in the cat bed I made you? So I made this cat bed. And he played with it a lot when I first made it. But he mostly likes to go in it when my hands are in it. That's how he goes. Oh? Oh, he went all the way in? Can I pick him up? Oh! There we go. There he is. What are you doing? Just playing with the cat. Hi, baby. I think he just likes that he can pick at it. This is the Bootsy Boo. Let's see if he'll chill there while I crochet. Or if he's gonna just get out right away. Maybe this is the secret to having your cat on your lap. Make him think he's in a cat bed. Away from you. Just minding his own world. Oh, I love the little baby. Oh, no, he's gonna get out. I could hope and dream. If only I could hope and dream. Alright, I'll put the cat bed on the ground again. Tragedy, really. Let me resort things again. There we go. Resorting monitors and such. Actually, I have to swap this out. Oh. And then, can I make that bigger? Get this back to my. Ooh. Notifications? People messaging me? That's a first. No one talks to me. Granted, I've been like on an island, so no one could contact me. But I'll just kind of chill here for a bit. And keep crocheting. Oh, my makeup's smearing. Alright. Let's just keep crocheting along. Getting back into the groove of things. Right. Okay, I'm getting the groove of things. Oh. Let's reserve my volumes. Alright, let's pull things back up. Reconnecting. Alright. Did I do my first cluster yet? I did. Okay. I like this song. Let me add it to my like playlist. There we go. Oh, my neighbor's out pulling out, getting ready to chill in the hammock. I debate doing that sometimes. I could go outside and just kind of sunbathe because I have a sunbathe chair. But I think I have enough sun. uh, but it is kind of setting, so it would just be kind of like sitting outside nicely. I can't open a lot of windows anymore because Bootsy decided that he wants to experience the world between the screen and the window. And it was like, nope, you've lost your window privileges. I'll still let him like look out the like screen door and he can like look out the windows and I'll open like not in the office anymore, but in the bedroom I'll open the top windowsill kind of thing. But when I opened this window from the top the other day, he jumped up it and was trying to get in from the top instead. So no window privileges for him. Oh, neighbors are. There are two of them on the hammock right now. That's true love right there. It's outside true love, but true love nonetheless. Uh, this sounds like it's Undertale. Is this Undertale? It is! Man, I know my pop culture music. Let me just throw it. There we go. Alright. 7 o'clock. You know what that means, Bootsy? It's food time wherever you are. I'm a cat owner that has auto feeders because I have long hours, so it's one of those things where it's hard to give him meals at reasonable times if I'm not here, so auto feeder it is. Four, five, single crochet. And uh, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. One, two, 3. Oh, hello. Um. Mm, excuse me? Um. Hmm. Why are you throwing in here? Huh? Welcome to chat. I don't know why you're throwing that in chat though. Hmm. Um, let's. I don't think we want that chatted here, folks. Hmm. Thanks for the first time chat, but checking out the badges. Hmm. What are you throwing on in here? Doo-doo. Searching, searching, searching. I don't want to click that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we're not gonna let that sit in chat. The one chat in there to a questionable link. There we go. Changing some settings. Alright. I like this yarn. It's very soft, but for this pattern, I feel like there's not a good stitch definition. Uh, like it's a really pretty design. Oh, that was a double, not a triple, not a double. Gotta fix that. like the music. I like this music. It's good. Cause like it's a really pretty design and you can see some of it, but it's so fuzzy you don't see it very clearly. Like oh, um I don't have any good other yarn on me right now or nearby to kind of show it. I just have black yarn, which you almost always can't see a design. 3, 4, 5, single, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. More messages. 2, 3. 2, 3, 5. Yeah, I started crocheting for my job, or like right before I got my current job. Granted, I'm not gonna be there much longer but I wanted something to do while I'm working, like, or not while I'm working. I wanted something to do instead of looking at a computer while I work, or while I wasn't working. And so I started with like Woogle kits. I know I'm doing like setting up like a business side of it. I'm doing streaming with it and like social media kind of thing. Five, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, One, two, one, two, three, four, five, one. One. Ah, 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 ah. Yeah. so used to chaining before I turn, because that's what you do when you like increase in the round. But no, I gotta turn and then chain. Bing. Ooh. Stop! He picks at my chair. It's so rude of him. What you doing? Oh, going up and down. Let's see if I can't get him to go back in it. Oh, big yawn. Scratchy, scratchy, scratchy. Scratch, 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 scratch. I'm not getting a lot of crochet done while I do this though. But I want to just give him all the loving. I've missed him so much. Yeah. You're stepping on it, dude. It's bad. Hey, that's my yarn. What are you doing? You little bug. I feel like I got too many noises going on. Hold on. Ah. Okay, let's switch from music to monitor. There we go. Oh, I just buried my meld. Hello. Oh, someone just came in the Discord chat I've been sitting in. Who was it? Oh, friends. I'm good, I'm streaming. No, you're fine. I'm streaming. Uh, uh, are you cool being heard on stream? There's just me and me. It's Twitch. Just don't be racist. Well, I can also mute you and it just hears me. And then it's just this weird one-sided conversation. You're cool with the me in the stream hearing you. All right. Yeah, someone already tried to come in and like throw in a spam link, and so I had to ban them. And then they blocked me, which was kind of funny. I was like, dude, you're already banned. Yeah. I think I gave them a warning first. Uh, and then I was able to confirm the link was a suspiciously bad link. And so then I went in and banned them, but they're like, you can't find this user's profile. I was like, oh, so they blocked me. But guess what? Guess what? I could still ban them and hide their message. Yeah, well, they went into a very dead chat, so their suspicious link only went to me, and so I was able to be a hawk with my eyes on it. Oh, Lucy's chilling in the window. I missed my baby. I'm just crocheting and chatting.
Nice.
So like what I do on Discord here, but streaming it.
Live. Fair enough. Oh no. Um,
Yeah.
bitch. Let's go, bitch.
I should probably go to the grocery store and make the pasta dish that my mom wanted me to make.
Oh, oh, excuse me.
Well, there's like the Caesar salad pasta dishes. It's like a tricolored twisty pasta, and then like you add oil and Caesar seasoning.
Yeah, it's like a salad, like a pasta salad.
Yeah. And at like 4 p.m. today, my mom asked me to make it for my dad for tomorrow. I was like, well, I only have one box, so I gotta pick up a second one because one
What's
box
going
is
on?
enough for me, not a whole group of folks. It's one of those things where it's like, granted, it will actually be served as a side instead of
But you might
the
as well.
meal I have it as.
You might as well make enough so they can have leftovers.
Yeah, that would be the responsible thing to do,
Yeah.
I guess. But that means I have to get another box and I can't just make it here with what I already have.
Hey, don't listen to me. I'm not. I'm not the
Well,
one that should be the voice of reason.
well, I was gonna make it anyway. I was gonna have to get a box to replace the ones I'm using now anyway. But it just means I have to get off stream and pause crocheting and go outside into the real world.
Mhm.
That's
I get
always
it.
the most questionable thing of this. Did I? Where am I? Oh, shoot. I was like, I thought I was at the turn. I was not. I'm only halfway through on this one.
Mm. I have to do that today too. I have to go outside. Uh, I had to return something, so I had to go to FedEx, and then I went and got myself a drink as a little treat for having to go outside. Then I went to the bank and by the I stopped by the grocery store.
Gotcha. Now the question is, do I end the live stream or do I just BRB the live stream? I might just end the live stream, go shopping, cut back, and maybe on my phone start up the live stream. Mobile kind of thing.
I wouldn't leave it on. Like while you're not here, like monitoring.
Yeah, it's
It's
always
because anything
dangerous.
happens.
Mhm.
Anything can happen.
Anything could happen.
I wouldn't. I personally wouldn't leave it on the BRB for like an extended amount of time.
Yeah, and it's not like there's a bunch of folks in chat watching and talking with me.
Yeah. To discard, hopefully to take part this.
Yeah, I could just start up another one. Maybe start it up on mobile kind of thing. And it'd be like a cooking stream.
Ooh.
Well, I could crochet on the go kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. That's
I
cool.
really didn't want to leave my place today. We just got back home yesterday from like a week-long vacation. It was a great week-long vacation, but also like yesterday was our
Oh yeah,
travel day.
you were on vacation. How did it end up?
It was good.
How it went?
I did a lot of crocheting, but also like didn't get a lot of crocheting done, like projects done. But
Mm-hmm.
I did complete two big projects and I started a third. And technically I didn't even complete one, 'cause I made the pocket, but I didn't attach the pocket. So it's the bag I made still technically isn't done. Oh. Dun, 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 dun. 5. Hold on, let me see if I can. Oh, I got a warning. Oh, no. Let's see if I can turn on virtual camera. Go to Discord. There we go. Kind of see what I'm making.
Oh,
Let me know when you've got visuals.
I get the food.
You got visuals?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is.
We're gonna play for a minute there.
Sorry, I'm rearranging so that I can still see Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm working on. I was saying earlier how I like the stitch. It's a really pretty stitch design. And this pattern like came with this yarn. So like this is the yarn intended for this pattern. But
Yeah.
it's got really poor stitch definition. So like you can't see the design as nicely.
Okay. It's not as clear, like as well defined.
Yeah, so like hold on, let me finish this shell and you'll be able to kind of lift it up so you can see. I'm also like covered in fossils from this yarn too. Oh, I like it. It's really soft, but it has its downsides kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanna what am I caught on? I wanna finish this quick. Then I'll lift it. Uh, Okay.
Maybe they got moldy.
So like you can see there's a pattern here, right?
Mhm.
But you can't really see the design of the pattern as much.
Yeah.
Like it makes these like little shells. Uh,
Yeah, I see what you mean. It just looks like blob of color.
yeah. You can the only way I can get the pattern to not be blown out is if it's like down here and I make a shadow.
Oh, it's okay. I see it.
But it looks pretty. Like it still looks pretty and like you can still tell there's like some kind of pattern here, but
Yeah.
you don't see it as well. I don't know how to describe it.
Uh-oh.
I
That's creepy.
know. I mean, it is kind of cool how so you work the pattern in a V, but if you look at like this, the pattern looks like it goes across more so,
Mhm.
and then it's got like this one row down. I don't know, maybe you can see it better on this side. I don't know, it looks the same. I don't know how to describe it. And maybe it's something like it's easier to see in person, but it looks like it goes across all the way here, but it actually works like this. Works like this kind of thing to make a V.
There we go.
I'm sorry,
Why are you apologizing?
because I'm yawning. I thought that's what you were complaining about.
Oh, no, 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 no. I was cleaning a cup. I took it to work. Like I drank coffee in it, and I forgot to at least like rinse it out,
Mm,
and it's starting to get moldy.
that's no good.
Took less than a day for that to develop.
Yeah.
Even though it was like a technically like a properly like insulated cup,
Mm.
it wasn't too bad. It was just like the corner where the mold it was like settling into.
Oh yeah.
That is taking me like a little bit to remove. I can pretty much like take the whole cup apart and get it in clean properly.
Mm.
So like it's no issue. I know that it's still going to be safe to use.
Yeah. And it also depends on the material of the cup. If it was like a paper cup, like you wouldn't do like
Right.
try to clean it. But like that idea of like if it was a paper cup, that would hold the mold a lot more than like a ceramic mug or unless the ceramic mug has like a crack in it.
Yeah, like this one is more this one is glass on the bottom and then it has a plastic lid on
Mm,
top.
yeah, might be more dangerous near that like attachment point.
Yeah, which is why I'm being very careful and cleaning every part individually.
Mhm.
Let me see. Let me show you. The good. There we go. So you see how it has like this thing right here.
Mhm.
This I can take this off, which I did remove, but like you see how it meets here on the inside. There's like a little corner.
Yeah.
It was set like the whole cup like sit. Like I'm gonna put the lid on top, and I'm gonna put I put like water and
You
like
could
a little bit
vinegar?
water and a little bit of the soap, of like the Dawn dish soap, and I leave it in there like overnight. So anything else that might be like settling or anything like that can get taken away.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was one of them. It was one of these cups.
Hmm. Nice. Yeah, I've been. It's 8 o'clock here. I should get to the store, make this pasta. Ugh. It would be as big of a deal if I are like I typically have two boxes here, but I used one and I didn't replace it. And so like it wouldn't have been as big of a deal or as annoying if I already had the two boxes. It's even more annoying that I only have one. All right. I'm gonna end the stream here, head off, and
Most likely still be chilling in here by the time that you get back.
yeah, I'll be on mobile for a hot minute anyway. So, all right. Ha 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 ha. All right, I guess I'll just go offline then
Mm.
and say bye to everyone. That is just me.